We are here in the land of the dreams. Lamborghini is about inspiration, and for us the collaboration between MIT and Lamborghini was really obvious. The concept car is very, very visionary. We are the first company that is showing an electrical supercar on a university campus. It is not meant to be a car that you can buy tomorrow. It is a vision of a super sports car in 2, 3, 4 generations. The car itself is really slim, so the architecture is really like a race car. The wheels are more or less detached from this main body, and they are housing 4 electrical motors. When we look at the front and on the rear, you see these diagonal lines on the front hood and on the rear hood that are also strong part of the DNA of Lamborghini. We are believing on the future of the super sports car. This is a vision of the future super sports car, and we want to continue this dream even in the time of electrical motors. Diagonal lines on the front hood and on.
So, this is a radical new design from Lamborghini. I don't know if I'm gonna get this correctly. It's the, is it Terzo Millennio, I believe, is the way that you should pronounce that. I have another video to show you guys as well. Let's take a look at this one.
In the automotive world, there are plenty of different types of cars out there. There are daily drivers of various shapes and sizes. There are SUVs, pickup trucks, luxury cars, and of course, super fast, super high.
Did she say daily drivers? Anyway.
Price supercars. In the last couple of years, we've seen electric cars enter the daily driver market with vehicles like the Nissan Leaf, Chevrolet Bolt EV and Volkswagen pickup truck, a fairly recent sports car, blow the mind of every last petrolhead out there, and it uses supercapacitors to boot. Enter the Lamborghini Terzo Millennio, the prancing bull's first serious attempt at an electric car that not only proves the day of the internal combustion engine is numbered, but also shows how seriously the last bastions of gas-guzzling sports car glory are taking the likes of Tesla. Built in collaboration with those clever folks at MIT, the Terzo Millennio, that's third millennium for those with rusty Italian like me, is 100% concept and most likely will never enter production. But says Lamborghini, this particular car is meant to show us where the company really intends to go in the future, from the strong angular design lines through to the lightweight, self-healing carbon fiber bodywork. Yes, you heard me, self-healing. Okay, I know that sounds like something out of the latest sci-fi blockbuster hit, but it's a real thing, and in the laboratory today, and if you don't believe me, Google nanochannels. Seriously, they're very cool. Not only can they be used to detect damage, but they can be used to help fix them too. Okay, lightweight body aside, let's look at the rest of the Terzo Millennio and just try to figure out how serious the Italian company is about electric cars. The answer? Serious, if a little misinformed. Or should that be inexperienced in the way of electric cars? You see, while it says in its official release that it believes battery power is the choice for the future, there's at least some worry that electric car battery technology just isn't ready for prime time yet. Or rather, it believes it isn't able to provide the kind of power a Lamborghini needs. Of course, if you've hung around in the electric car world for any length of time, you'll know for a fact that particular statement is a little, well, inaccurate. After all, we're living in a world where the Tesla Model S P100D, a 5-seat full-size sedan, can sprint to 60 miles an hour more quickly than a Lamborghini Aventador. That little fact aside, however, Lamborghini says it plans to work with MIT to develop a supercapacitor system for its future electric sports car. Remember, this is a concept car, not a production intent vehicle, that will give owners a far more pleasurable experience when it comes to charging and using the car. Yeah.
Did she just say experience? There's accent, and then there's just weird way of pronouncing words. I don't know. Anyway. I think I like the overall design of the car, even though parts of it remind me of a childhood fantasy car, the Corvette Indy. You can go ahead and Google that one. The Corvette Indy was a very aggressive, very futuristic car, I believe designed in the 80s, but it looks... it tries to look more like a car from not too long ago in terms of in the future. But if you look at that design and you look at some of this car in terms of the front and the wheels, and also definitely the windshield looks very, very, very similar. But this definitely looks much, much better. You definitely see a lot of some of their previous designs in this. It's almost like an Aventador is hidden inside of there. If you look at it. You look at the front bumper, the very sort of peak of the car, and then you look at the right under the driver's side window. Look at that door, that crease there. Looks very similar. It's as if you put a super, super aggressive body kit on an Aventador, and also the limited edition car that they created for their anniversary. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm kind of in the fence with this one. I want to like it, but something's just off. I mean, the wheels look cool, futuristic. That's a little different there. I like the sort of the roof line. Very sleek. I even like the idea of the wheels being bigger than the front. The wheels are kind of aggressive and got those humps on the side. But then you get the front, which looks a little busy. A little bit busy. So I don't know. And then with the whole design, the back seems naked to me. Like I want to see a big fat spoiler on there. I know that wouldn't necessarily, and actually, this wouldn't be the first time that Lamborghini put a spoiler on the back of their cars, or a wing on the back of their cars, where it was really form over function. I mean, they have done that before, where they put an unnecessary wing on the back of a car, which actually, I believe, introduced drag and took away from the performance, but they did it for aesthetic reasons. Well, I would be happy if they did that with this car too, because to me, the front is aggressive, the side is aggressive, the top is aggressive, and then from this angle, the back just seems to be a little bit too sort of sedate, shall we say. What else we got going on here? Lamborghini Terzo Millennio. 4 pillars: energy, innovation in materials, powertrain and vehicle architecture, sound, and emotion. What kind of sound does this electric car make? Alright. This definitely looks like so futuristic, man.
We are here in the land of the dream.
Here's some photos. Oh, that looks mean. This has a very, from this perspective, a very underground, super, you know, futuristic. This is like a car that some bad guy, he could be a good guy, who built. You know, he's really an expert in car design and all this kind of stuff, and he built this car. It's probably totally illegal. It's got weapons on it and all this kind of stuff. Like, I could definitely see this kind of a underground racing of the future meets, you know, superhero, bad guy, whatever you want to call it. Actually, the back looks kind of cool from the back. The back looks cool from the back than it does. It looks cooler from the back than it does from the front. Interesting. I don't know, man. I don't know. The side view, I don't know, man. I like it from the front bumper to the to right here. And all this back here, I don't know, guys. I like the back of this car with a less aggressive front. I think that's what it's a mismatch. In the front, it's super aggressive and mean and angry. And then this is kind of just like, hey guys, how you doing? You know, so I don't know. Little mismatch. Cool. Cool. Not so much. I like from this line up. From this line up, it looks like a jet fighter, spacecraft, like super, super cool. But then the back is just way too wide and fat and empty space. And you got this nice, neat, the brake light with the little triangular pattern. And then you got this huge space underneath and this huge, like, black area in the center. It's sort of a monstrosity in a way. This is a nice angle. I like this. That's a nice angle. That's like, I can't even think, one of those video games, Speed Racer or something? I don't know. Innovative materials. Powertrain and vehicle architecture. Sound and emotion. Alright guys, so this is the brand new, it's a concept car, it's not actually going to go into production, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a future car from Lamborghini that reminds us of this car. So I'm sure there's some parts of this design, perhaps some of the parts that I liked, maybe other people like it as well, and Lamborghini will like it as well, and therefore we will see hints of this design in a future actual production car. And I think if they pick the right parts of this design, that might actually be a good thing. Anyway, you're watching Carlos Picks, and this is the Lamborghini Terzo Millennio. Have a good night, everyone. Until the next episode, be safe.
We are here in the land of the dreams. Lamborghini is about inspiration, and for us the collaboration between MIT and Lamborghini was really obvious. The concept car is very, very visionary. We are the first company that is showing an electrical supercar on a university campus. It is not meant to be a car that you can buy tomorrow. It is a vision of a super sports car in 2, 3, 4 generations. The car itself is really slim, so the architecture is really like a race car. The wheels are more or less detached from this main body, and they are housing 4 electrical motors. When we look at the front and on the rear, you see these diagonal lines on the front hood and on the rear hood that are also strong part of the DNA of Lamborghini. We are believing on the future of the super sports car. This is a vision of the future super sports car, and we want to continue this dream even in the time of electrical motors.